on that first deployment where you're using dogs, can you share some of the dog stories, that some of the successes that they had?
Yeah, there's one story, a dog named Falco. He reminded me a lot of Cairo. He was a real friendly dog. He had the switch, turn it on and off, real hard worker. I remember towards the beginning of deployment, kind of maybe having some issues, the bark and hold.
Yeah.
Having to unteach. So I guess when we receive the dogs, they are trained to go into a bark and hold situation for canine officers. For us, that's just going to get the dog shot. Right? So we try to untrain that out of them and directly engage, and we're always there to quickly subdue, right? So Falco, I guess, was having trouble with the bark and hold, but once he got past that, he turned into a monster.
Yeah.
And he was such a great dog after, that first initial bite and getting past a little bit of trouble. And one night we were out on a mission and going after a couple bad guys. Two guys hiding in a ditch. The dog's most valuable asset is his nose, right? So dog's out front using his nose. He ends up finding the two bad guys. Soldiers are right behind him, clearing the field. I guess he went down into the ditch. I wasn't there, so this is just a story secondhand, right? Mm-hmm. So I wasn't there on the actual squirter patrol. I was there on the operation. He ends up going into the ditch, engaging one of the guys in the ditch, getting them to show their hand, allowing us to get the drop on them before they can engage us, right? So in doing so, he got shot twice, and he didn't make it. A lot of time, most of the time they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
So this was on that first deployment that you lost him?
Yeah.
Yeah. What impact did that have on the operation as it unfolded? One of the things I know a lot of people are curious of, I already know the answer, but I think it's good for you to share it. Mm-hmm. In terms of when a canine is wounded or killed in action, how is that handled during the operation?
Just like me or you getting wounded or injured. It's just like he's one of the teammates, right?
Yeah.
Cairo was actually kind of, and this covers in the book more detail, kind of same story. It's crazy. Falco was actually supposed to be my dog when we got back from that deployment. He ends up passing away right before we get home. He reminded me a lot of him, and when he got shot, Cairo got shot kind of the same way, kind of the same, but different story, obviously different little details, but same thing. Two guys hiding. Cairo goes in to engage him.
Yeah.
He ends up getting shot. But
I guess going back to the Falco story, and then we'll get into you taking over on Cairo's as a handler. Mm-hmm. With the Falco scenario, so when he was sent in and ends up getting shot, I guess from your standpoint, from the team standpoint, did you guys know guys were in there hiding, or you suspected it? Did him being shot give their position up and ultimately save your guys' a couple of your guys' lives potentially, or how would you skin that?
I would say for sure.
Yeah.
He at least kept somebody from getting shot, if not killed.
Yeah.
100% that night. Yeah.
And so once he got shot, that gave you guys the drop on the two guys. How was that handled after that? Were you guys able to go in and neutralize those two guys, or?
Yeah, the guys on the ground neutralized the guys, and ended up, like Falco saved probably somebody's life that night. Yeah. They showed their hand, the guys got the drop, engaged. Unfortunately, Falco didn't pull through.
Yeah. Do you know where he was shot?
I know I took it just through the side from what I could see. I didn't ever get to it never went up. It was a rough. I didn't see the body or anything.
Yeah. In terms of the overall scope of that mission, what role did that play in the overall mission?
I mean,
I guess from a tactics standpoint, in terms of where it was, where that element of the operation was in the grand scheme of the entire thing.
No, so we were on our way to the target, and the guys ended up fleeing from the building. once they do that, they'll grab all their weapons. I'm sure you've been in the same scenario, and they'll just try to ambush us. Like when Cairo got shot, there was one guy down low, one guy hiding up high.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's just two guys in the ditch. I mean, there's so many of these dog stories that happens over and over again, but this was just they squirted from the target building. Like I said, I wasn't there, so I can't go into great detail.
Yeah.
But they were on the guys had fled from the target.
Yeah.
They were on patrol. They were on just lined up, the dog out front using his nose.
Yeah.
And that's
Were there ever instances where you guys had more than one dog on the same operation?
Sometimes we'd bring two dogs if it made sense.
Yeah. All right. So you guys lose Falco. That obviously has a pretty stinging impact on you, the team members, the handler.
Definitely.
What happened with the handler at that point? Is he sent back? Did they send him another dog? How is that handled?
I think it was towards the end of our deployment, and I can't remember exactly the details. He might have went home, or he might have stuck out the rest of the deployment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had a service for him.
Yeah.
Treated him just like one of us dying. Memorial in the team room. He goes down on the command memorial wall. We have the specific wall for the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so fucking cool, honestly, man. It's one of the neatest things that the command does. I know there's a lot of neat shit that goes on there, but
Yes.
one of the coolest elements is that, in my opinion.
Yeah, they risk our lives, or their lives, to save ours, right?
Yeah.
So you treat them just like one of the brothers.
Yeah.
And then even the helicopter pilots coming in when Cairo got shot, for them to risk their lives, it was a dog, right?
Yeah.
But to us, it's not.
Yeah. To me, that speaks volumes to a couple of things. Number one is how big of a deal they are to you guys, how big of an impact they have, and just how highly respected they are service-wide. I mean, to me, that says so much, I think, which, again, is not something that I think a lot of people are maybe aware of, that, a helicopter pilot is going to, risk that airframe in their life to come in and get a dog that's been killed. So it's just really fucking cool to hear, especially when it's on the contextual backdrop of, say, Vietnam, where it was basically the exact opposite, and they were treated like pieces of equipment.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
to me, it's a huge black eye on the United States military and government, just government wide. But
the way I look at it, you're going to ask the dog to risk his life.
Yeah.
They love doing their job. Don't get me wrong; they need a job, right?
Yeah.
But to ask him to do that, you better take care of him.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think it's really fucking cool to see and hear stuff like that.
I mean, that's why you do what you do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I appreciate you bringing it up. All right, so with that deployment, is there any elements, and if you can, I certainly understand it, as do the listeners. Is there anything you can share about where you guys were at, or why, or kind of what you were doing, or is that?
On which deployment? On
that first deployment.
Specific deployment?
Yeah.
I just don't want to share locations,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's I get it. Can you talk a little bit about, I mean, was it all high-value target stuff, or can you not really mention that either?
Honestly, between me and you, I wish...
And all the listeners?
And all the listeners.
Just between us and everybody
just
listening?
between us, man. Like, nothing really...
Yeah. No,
It's just business as usual every night.
Yeah.
Every night. You don't get fixated. The only time that came up was the Bin Laden op.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if they had taken American lives, if they were a bomb maker,
Yeah.
they had taken American lives, but it's just business as usual. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever have that really stand out?
No, I mean, I guess, similarly, from my experience and perspective is probably a little different in that, my time in Iraq was pretty early on. So I guess I would say no. Our business as usual was probably different than your business as usual, which is different from somebody else's,
Exactly.
I guess to me, what I know I find interesting is kind of those contrasts of, what business as usual in Afghanistan in 2010 versus, Iraq in 06 or 03 or Syria in 2018 or whatever, is that, to me, I know what business as usual as you do, that, it's the listener that trying to provide some insight onto what that really means, because again, there's a lot of things that are assumed that I know because I've been through, that you know, that, you know, because of what you've been through. But you know, to the casual listener who 99.9% are not naval special warfare you know, veterans, it's I think hard for them sometimes to fully grasp what that means. But
it's understandable. So let's break it down then.
Yeah.
So
as much as you can, you know, one thing for the listener to realize is that, you know, he's in a tight spot as well as I. You know, it's not our goal to disclose anything that should not be disclosed, while also bringing to attention and bringing into light, you know, the amazing element of what, you know, these guys and animals do. So realize that we're walking a little bit of a tightrope here and doing our best to be both interesting but also respectful of fellow teammates that are still out there fucking doing it day to day. So just keep that in mind. But
yeah, thank you for breaking that down.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not so articulate all the time. So
it's a tough road to walk for sure.
Yeah, but I want to tell Cairo's story. We're a piece of history. We're very fortunate to do that. So I'm going to tell his story, but I wanted to be very respectful of the guys. And
sure.
So, but to kind of break it down, what's the dog's most valuable tools? His nose, right? And those tools to be used on explosive odor and man odor, right? So the dog will go out front whenever it makes the most sense on patrol in, or whenever you get to target, to go inside and show a change of behavior on what you've trained him to detect, right? So it's explosive, narcotics, or man. It's on the handler to conduct enough training to know when your dog is showing a change of behavior, I guess is what you call it. So by that I mean you send the dog out in front of you and he's casually strolling out front. Probably however you train him to patrol. Put a lot of work into that. Usually out in front of the patrol, going left, going right, checking little areas, and then you watch him as much as possible. And then as soon as he does a quick head turn, or it just depends on your dog, right? Mine, like Cairo, like the helicopter tail. As soon as he was on odor, his head would throw. And that's like, okay, maybe something to pay attention to. But as soon as I start seeing his tail do like kind of a helicopter, I'm like, cool, he's on odor. We conducted so much training to where like I could pick it up.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody conducted so much training. A lot of guys could pick it up.